Today we're going to factor a polynomial using the sum of squares technique. So we're going to factor 16t squared plus 81. As we get started, recognize that we can use the sum of squares factoring technique because we're dealing with, by definition, the sum of two perfect squares. So we see the plus sign, that's the sum. In the first term, we have 16t squared. Okay, that's a perfect square. Think about 4t in parentheses squared. And our second term, 81, is also a perfect square. That one's even easier to see. That's 9 squared. If you're new to factoring the sum of squares, I think it's really helpful to remember the template. So we're working with a polynomial in the form a squared plus b squared. And that factors into two binomials, and we have to factor it over the imaginary numbers. So the template is a plus bi, where I is the square root of -1, and times a minus bi. Okay, this will give us the correct factoring. If you aren't convinced of that, be sure to check out the template video. We talk through that in a lot of detail. Okay, so for now, this is the template we're using. All we really need to do is write out what is our a, what is our b for our particular polynomial, and then we can place those in the template. All right, so working first, the 16t squared is in the a squared spot. So we want to go ahead and write out what is a. Simply just take the square root of that first term. Okay, so that gives us 4t. Okay, and then for b, we just take the square root of the second term. So the square root of 81, of course, is 9. Now we have our terms defined. We can just substitute those back into the template, and we'll have our polynomial factored. All right, so here we go. Set up your two binomials. And we're simply substituting in the a and b we defined. So for a plus bi, that turns into 4t plus 9i. And then our second binomial will have 4t minus 9i. Eventually, you probably won't even need this template, but it's a great help as you're getting accustomed to this sum of squares factoring technique. So here you have it. Our polynomial is fully factored. And don't forget, you can always multiply this out if you want to be 100% certain that you've factored correctly. So we'll do that quickly now. To multiply two binomials, you can think of FOIL. So I'm just going to show this confirmation in green, this little proof. Multiply the first two terms, that gives you 16t squared. The outer, minus 36ti. The inner, plus 36ti. So you see those outer and inner cancel. Should make you feel pretty good here. And then you have minus 81i squared. Okay. So to simplify this and confirm we've factored correctly, we get back our original polynomial. We cancel those 36ti terms because one was positive, one was negative. And recall I squared, if I is the square root of -1, I squared is actually just -1. Eventually you'll know that fact just so easily. So that last term is actually -81 times -1, that's the plus 81. And now we've proved that our factoring is correct because we multiplied out and got back our original polynomial. Hopefully this helps you feel confident using the sum of squares factoring technique. Don't forget to check out the links in the video description. That'll link to more on polynomials, and you can subscribe for all other kinds of math help. Thanks for watching.